Heyo, welcome to Omnibroslive on a Wednesday. That's right, Omnidog and Lou Boopadoo. How's it going, Lou?
Yeah, man, it is Wednesday. Oh my God, it is a hell of a week, and I'm just happy it's a short week for me. So,
Well, why is it short?
because I took Friday off. I took Friday off because my wife is leaving to this event that she's going to be working at, and I am staying with the baby along with my mom and my mother-in-law. So,
Oh, you got the two moms coming with you. You're all
oh,
set.
I don't even trust myself with the weekend with the baby.
Can you imagine that I was left with the baby 5 days a week?
Oh my God. See,
Yeah.
I'm not. The baby isn't old enough for me to go full Tyler Blunt with her. So,
He was I was just on like a video chat with him and he had the baby in his arm.
oh
She's very cute.
yeah.
But yeah, I think once school starts, we'll be able to talk to Tyler again. Um, but okay, so it's a short week. Okay, so that's good.
I miss Tyler on the show. We got to get him back because he is a good chaotic energy. Is what Tyler is. He really is. I
It
love
really
having him on the
is.
show. I love having him on the show. But by the time I'm done with the show, I'm just like, oh my God, I need to take a break.
He was at my house for 5 days. The very first. Let's see. He came on a Tuesday. Oh, okay. He came on a Tuesday, left on a Sunday.
Yeah.
But Wednesday, the very first day, is when we went to both Third Eye Comics locations.
Mm-hmm.
We went out for the best tacos in the area. In the entire area. It was up in Maryland where the other Third Eye was located. And so then we drove, an hour to Annapolis, and I fell asleep in the car while he went to Third Eye Vinyl or whatever, Vinyl and Toys. I'm like, and then we got back, we had dinner, and I fell asleep in my chair till 2 a.m. while he and my wife played cards for 4 hours. They played Roomy Cube. No, not cards. They played Roomy Cube.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just fell asleep with my headphones on listening to music. And I woke up at 2 a.m. I'm like, where is everybody? Holy smoke. He's the greatest guy, but man.
Oh, he's fantastic.
He got up at 7 a.m. I love this guy. And I'd get up at like 9 and I'd walk down to the basement, and he had already spent 2 hours posing all these new action figures of mine all over the place.
That's amazing.
And he'd been down there playing with toys for 2 hours, and he was perfectly content. If we lived next door to each other, it would be utter madness because we would ignore our wives and children to the extent they did not exist. He's so great.
I can picture him knocking on the door. Miss Bragg, can Jess come out and hang out with me for a little bit? Not until he finishes his chores, Tyler.
That is exactly how it would go. And I tried to keep up with him with his cereal eating.
Mm-hmm.
Mistake. Big mistake. My body did not like that much cereal.
I've met him once in person. He genuinely is.
Where'd you meet him?
He came to Orlando for a little bit.
Oh, he did. Yeah. They vacation there sometimes.
Yeah. He came to Orlando for a little bit, and admittingly, I was dealing with my ex at the time. I wasn't in the best headspace and stuff like that. We met up. If we were to meet up again, I would love to hang out with him again and actually do it right, because I was just going through a rough patch. That was that weird point in my life. He is genuinely one of the sweetest guys that I've met. Honestly, he's a great dude. And I love this family.
He and the minister are both probably the most good-hearted, kindest people I've ever met. Yeah. I don't know how they're my friends. For some reason they want to be my friends. But he and the minister are genuinely the sweetest guys. And Tyler, I think Tyler just wakes up happy.
Yeah,
he just wakes up and he's like, I choose happiness today, whereas I wake up and I choose violence. It's just blah.
No, I haven't, admitting, because I don't look at comic book YouTube channels. Do you still do the show with the minister?
Yeah, he's been really busy. So we haven't done that many shows together. I've had to find substitutes. Um, he also got sick, like you got sick, and lost his voice, which is not good when you're a preacher.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So we haven't done as many shows as I'd like. But whenever we do, we still have a good energy together.
Oh, cool, man.
So it's just a matter of his availability.
Okay. You know who's always available to deliver amazing discounts on your favorite comics and graphic novels?
Wow, what a great segue. Whoops. No, ignore that. That was a spoiler. InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions from 30 up to 65% off in their red tag sale area. Don't forget your 2% off loyalty discount. We just gave away a $50 gift card on Monday, $50 to InStockTrades.com, courtesy of InStockTrades.com. So thank you, InStockTrades.com, for giving that. A man named Philip won it. I don't want to dox him and give out his full name. He won, and congratulations to him. Yeah, $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping, fabulous service, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Yeah, baby. Whoa, what a good segue. You worked that in nicely.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can be professional sometimes when I want.
And before the show in the green room, where we were talking about first dates, and we will get to comic books, I promise. But oh yeah, where is my mouth art? Cleveland Browns here. Want mouth art? Marvel Babs here. Max from the Netherlands. NFL dude was talking about chicken, so James is replying with chicken. Larry's Library still on the alien hunt. Dr. Elevator, welcome back. So here's the mouth harp. There you go. So we're talking about first dates and how, and I wish you had told me this 40 years ago, because that was always my move for a first date, was dinner and a movie.
Oh man.
And you were saying, we were talking about something else, but somebody else, but you were saying how bad that is for a move, because you don't interact with a person. So what if I'm going on a first date? Say I push Mrs. Omnidog down the stairs. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. No, I'm going on a first date. What's a better first date? Like coffee, lunch?
Okay, so
Snorting what?
Here was my general rule of thumb when I was on the dating scene for a while, which, oh my God, I'm so happy I'm not doing that anymore. I feel like I caught the last helicopter out of Vietnam right now. Jesus, with everything that's going on in the world, I'm God, so happy. My general rule of thumb is you never want to do the movie and the dinner. One, it's cliche. And two, you don't want to do it because when you go to the movie, you don't really talk to the person. You have to sit in the theater and it's pitch black and stuff like that. So literally almost anything else other than the movie is a great idea for a first date. Don't do lunch, for the love of God.
Oh, why?
Please don't.
Why not lunch? Lunch is more casual than dinner.
Lunch is way more casual than dinner.
Yeah.
That's why I don't recommend you do lunch.
Oh, you'd rather have a first date be dinner somewhere.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, no. And plan the night out. You don't necessarily have to inform her of every detail, but plan the night out. And you can even make it seem like you're doing something spontaneous. But one of the first dates with my wife now was I planned the whole night out, and we went to grab dinner, and then we went axe throwing. That was really fun. Yeah. She didn't.
Wow, I didn't have that on my bingo card.
She loved it though. She really loved it. We had dinner. We went axe throwing, and then we just dude. And
small hand axes, and you were throwing them at each other.
Yeah, we had a blast. Honestly, we had a blast.
That's amazing.
Then we went to grab some drinks, and then we walked around the lakefront around in Orlando, and we had a great time. It was super simple, wasn't that expensive. I didn't blow my budget. And we still had a great time.
Well, my first date with my now wife, I think I've already talked about it. I know Bunkmaster, who has the most amazing memory. He remembers my shows better than I do. We played tennis, and then we went out for a casual bite to eat.
Okay.
We went to and that was fine because tennis was fun. It sort of loosened us up.
Mm-hmm.
And she had the tennis courts right at her apartment complex. And we went to this fish place where I had soft shell crab, which was deep fried. And as I took a bite, she looked up at me, and there was this claw sticking out of my mouth that I hadn't quite gotten in yet. But and then our third date. Wait, what was our second date? I think I went over to her house where she burned the roast and the potatoes exploded in the microwave.
Oh, no.
So that was great because it just totally relieved the tension.
Mm-hmm.
And then our third date, we went to Baltimore to go to an Orioles game to meet some friends of hers, good friends of hers. She wanted to see what their reaction was to me, and I hit it off with them immediately, and yada, yada, yada. Here we are, 85 years later, we're married. So awesome. You're welcome for the mouth heart, Cleveland. Thank you. Larry wants to believe, but like Lucy in that football, reality keeps bumming me out. We got a little taste of aliens. I agree. I want more aliens. Dinner, dancing, then music.
That's a good one. Yeah, dinner, dancing.
Dinner, dancing, then music. Then like a concert? Gerard? Who's that? Is that a wrestler he's got in his avatar?
I know it's not Ric Flair. We've talked to him about this. It's not Ric Flair. It kind of looks like Ric Flair, but it's not him.
I only know woo from Ric Flair. And that's only because the coach of the Rams did it. Max is always fun. My go-to is roller disco followed by carjacking.
Okay.
That explains why you're single still, Max, I think. Bad first date was a light dinner at a cafe sandwich shop and a sunset walk on a beach. I was a clueless idiot and talked about the pop punk show I went to the night before, and she did not care.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, we've all had bad ones. We've all had some horrible ones.
Oh, here's Samantha Jane. Samantha put her haul in my Discord, and I forgot about that I had a Discord. I apologize, Samantha, because I know you put your haul in there. So, wait, I may even have the app on my phone. Is Discord an app?
Hello, Samantha. You by far have one of the most interesting jobs I think I've heard in the chat.
I don't know the travel stuff.
Yeah.
Is that your job, Samantha? Being or is that your hobby? I forget. No, wait a minute. I have threads and wait, there's Discord. Okay, I'll go on Discord after that. After this, I found it because I want to make sure that I see Samantha's haul because it sounds interesting.
I like Larry's library. That's a good one. First date with my wife, saw planes, trains, and automobiles. That's a classic.
Yeah.
Pizza, and I had a flat tire. Had to change it in the movie parking lot. While eating pizza, I told her I wasn't sure I was from here.
Like, seen, not seen.
Huh.
Wait, I wasn't sure I was where. Where's seen, not seen? Oh, see, yeah, you weren't sure you're from this planet, Larry? I met my wife at church camp. That's wholesome. And our first date was Batman Begins.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think the dinner and the movie thing is, if you're above the age of 18, like, you can vary it up a little bit. Try something a little bit different, guys. Just advice. From somebody who is years out of the dating scene at this point.
Yeah, and you're happy.
I don't even know what kids do anymore. What do you guys TikTok together and go to the roller rink and go play with stickball? And I don't know anymore.
Careful what you wish for with aliens from Jimmy J. Perez. Jaggernaut, what up?
Did you listen to the alien Senate conference or Congress or whatever?
I saw the BuzzFeed article on it, which was enough.
Okay.
Here's an Earth. I thought so. Yeah,
I know.
I saw it all written down and what they said, and that was cool. I didn't need to see the whole thing.
Okay, can you give me the TLDR? Because I was interested in it, but I keep forgetting to look at it. Did they confirm? Do we have aliens? Like,
They confirmed, let's see, Larry, you can correct me if I'm wrong because Larry has it memorized. They confirmed that they had an unidentifiable uh, uh, craft that they found with non-human remains in it.
huh?
That
Okay.
was that was one of the big things. Then the other big thing was from uh, I don't know if it was an Air Force or a Navy fighter pilot, but these were reputable military guys. This
Mhm.
wasn't Art Bell territory. These guys, well, God bless Art Bell, but um, these were like top level military guys, and the pilot revealed that he had witnessed an object, I think during a big storm, hovering, which he felt was an unlikely physics scenario. It was just hovering in the middle of this big storm and then took off at a speed that was almost incalculable. It was
Huh?
just hovering and took off. I
It's
think
kind of
those
like
were the big two things that came out of it. Larry, you can tell me if I missed anything.
he's there. There we go.
Okay. True Graphics here.
Hello there.
19 when you first went out.
Oh, that's
In
awesome.
this economy, first dates are probably Tubi and chill.
God, delete goodness. Tubi? You can't even get Netflix on
You're getting her over to your house already?
for Tubi. Not even
Tubi.
Netflix.
My wife was a server. Oh, here's a story. She
And
was engaged. So Jagger,
you,
that's a player. He
you,
snatched her.
you dirty dog. You. She was already engaged. What? Oh, he turned the charm on her.
My first day was a Spaniard restaurant with my now wife with some dancing.
See, that's awesome. Good
That
job.
is awesome. Ah, Samantha, it's like my part-time job, but also my expensive hobby. LOL. I take photos and create videos for brands in the travel industry. Okay. My
Nice.
next trip is to Hong Kong.
Man, that's awesome. Be safe
I've
out
been
there.
to, I've been to Hong Kong and it was boss, but that was back when it was under British control in 1984 or 1985.
How was that?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I had a guide and everything. I was traveling with my brother. I actually was kind of unemployed at the time. It was after I lost my parents and my house, and I was just floating around. And
Yeah.
my brother had a big business trip to Hong Kong and Japan, and I just turned myself loose in Japan and visited Tokyo, Kyoto, and Nara.
Oh wow.
Took the bullet train,
That's cool, man.
and it was really boss.
This was
Oh,
your backyard.
that's where the pachinko story happened. Where
Huh.
I'm sure I told you that pachinko's that. Have you ever seen pachinko?
Absolutely, yeah. Pachinko bars are huge in Japan. I mean, you go in there and it's like you're walking into an ashtray.
I didn't. I didn't know. I'm sure I told the story to you before, but it was like 5 o'clock, and the bullet train was taking me back to Tokyo at 6. And a friend of mine in my fraternity, when in college, just had a pink pachinko machine in his room, and so we would just play pachinko because it was fun. So I said, "Oh, pachinko, this is fun." So I went and I went in there and I bought, I don't know, like a dollar, $5 worth of a thing of balls. And I'm just plinking, plinking, plinking. And I get the center thing to open up. And by the time I'm done, it's like 5 of 6. The attendant rolls over a cart because I have so many trays of balls, little plastic holders of balls. And I'm like, what am I going to do with all these balls? I got to get out of here. It's 6 o'clock, my train. So I literally had a cart full of probably 20 of these holders of the ball bearings. And so I got up to leave, and the attendants came over, and they didn't speak English, but they knew no. And they were like, no, no, no. And they pointed to the open flower and said, open flower. And I said, 6 o'clock, bullet train, go. And they were like, oh, they couldn't believe it. And I was like, really, I got to go. And they said, no, you got to go turn those balls in. I'm like, okay. So I wheel my cart to the back where the guy says pens or cigarettes. And I said, well, I don't smoke, so I guess I'll take pens. I can give them to my brother and he can hand them out as gifts. And so I got this armload of pens. And then he said, okay, go there. And they have the little, they're not streamers, but they're things that you have to sort of bow through to get through, like paper things. And I went to a back alley and there's this guy in the back alley with other streamers. And I said, these men told me to give you my pens. And he goes, yes. And he pushes back like $200 worth of yen to me. And I'm like, I was just gambling? What the hell is this? I would have stayed and kept feeding that flower. If I had known that, I'd won $200 and I spent like $3 on balls. No wonder those guys thought I was insane. Like, I don't even know what I'd compare it to in Vegas. I guess if you had the hot hand at craps and you just said, forget it. I'm not playing anymore. I don't know.
That's amazing. You know what this was your Batman origin story. You know how he goes to meet Ra's al Ghul and everything like. Did you join the League of Shadows while you were out there by any chance?
My Batman begins. I was in an alleyway. It could have been Crime Alley. I wanted to see Mask of Zorro. Yeah.
You know.
Larry says, watch whole 2 hours. One witness says he collected testimony and could get names and addresses. Government still isn't admitting anything, but they are looking at it.
Clint Eastwood is your Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, you're right. That's part of my origin story. Clint Eastwood.
There's been multiple encounters spanning years of hovering objects with the fast takeoff. I mean, I told a story about 2 weeks ago. Remember?
Yeah, that's right. That was a scary story. That was
That
was when we were talking about Art Bell and out of body experiences or ghosts or something. Yeah, that was kind of a scary story that you told.
I had spot on similar experience about 2 weeks ago before this hearing. Me and my ex, that we saw something similar like that.
Yeah, I remember that. Kate Jaggernaut stole the woman. She changed her mind. That's awesome. We have factions in the government arguing about if this is real or not. Well, considering the government, I would tend to believe a military fighter pilot. Sorry, that's redundant. A fighter pilot over anybody else. But yeah,
I think it's real.
Why isn't it real? Who am I to say it's not real? I don't know. Real.
I think at this point, honestly, they just need to flat out come out and say it, because they keep teasing it and they keep hinting at it. It's really just time for them to just flat out and say, okay, there is this thing, we don't have any real explanation for it, and this is what we got. Most people believe it already at this point, I think.
I think you have to couch it in terms that doesn't scare the public, because I think that's what they're worried about, is like a War of the Worlds scenario with Orson Welles on the radio back in 1938 or whatever, and flipping people out. But if it's just the remains of a visitor, okay, that means we're not alone. That's somehow comforting to me. We're not alone.
Yeah, there's just so many. There's so many things that we can't explain. There's Stonehenge and the positioning of it and how it got there. There's the what are the heads that are around
Easter Island? Yeah,
there's those, and we don't really have a logical explanation for that stuff. So,
yeah, I've always been interested in crop circles, although I feel like they may have been debunked.
For the most part, a lot of them have been fake, and you could see YouTube videos of how it is that they're done, and it's actually really fascinating. They use basically this plank of wood, a lot of them with this rope attached to it, and they press down on the corn stalks and they make the shapes themselves. That's how a lot of them do it.
That's pretty. You have to be. To me, that's like being a map maker when you're just standing on land. How do you create like a map? How do you create such concentric figures that are in a nice design in a cornfield, you've got to have that pretty well plotted out, I would guess.
I would assume that yes, that is, you've got the general gist of how you want it to look. You might even have somebody else standing on a ladder or something above the crop circle and be like, "Hey man, go down that way." I've lived in the South way too long. Yeah.
Here's Joey Richards. Good morning. Where are you? Are you down under? Are you another New Zealander? I forgot.
If he is, then I'm sorry, man. If you're a physical collector of movies, Disney will not be distributing 4K discs or any physical media to Australia and New Zealand anymore. They just announced it.
So that means it's not going to be long before we get that too. No physical media.
Disney, after Guardians of the Galaxy, which just came out yesterday, Disney is no longer releasing physical disc of any of their media out in New Zealand and Australia. The problem is that also includes all the Fox stuff because they just bought it.
Oh, so like Simpsons.
Yeah, they're not going to
be able to see the Michael Jackson episode.
They're not going to get any physical media anymore. They're discontinuing all that stuff.
I find that almost governmental level disturbing, that we're being cut off from our choices of owning physical media. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's where a lot of these people are heading, unfortunately.
Was it you or Omar that explained the Nazca lines in Peru? I feel like those have been explained to me before.
That's got to be Omar.
Okay.
Yeah, that's got to be him.
One witness says the first U.S. involvement was 1933 when Italy turned over some crash material to us through the Vatican. Just wants to be left alone. Does that include aliens? No. I am happy to talk to any aliens, and as long as they don't probe me, I'm happy to go with them. I'll go wherever they want. Well, you're not going to be able to buy things, Joey. Disney's not going to distribute. It's the physical media that we're talking about, like the 4K discs and stuff.
Which, by all means, hey, if you've gone the route of streaming and that's what you want, go for it. I'm a very staunch, not a streaming guy for me.
I see what they're saying. He has a half legal TV thing, so he'll get whatever he wants. Okay, I get it.
I have a very I am so. If we didn't have to have it, I would cut out half of our streaming services at this point. To be honest with you,
I have too many.
I have too many. Just because I want to have that control. I don't want to have to wake up one morning and then, hey, I want to watch Westworld. Why isn't Westworld on HBO Max anymore? And it was just pulled. You know?
Yeah, and you love your movies. You love physical media. You've got a nice setup.
Yeah, I love it.
I think Ryan Sayce probably has the bossest setup I've ever seen.
I am so jealous of that man. that setup he's got.
He has enough material that he talks to me in terabytes. Like he has 5 terabytes of media, and which includes music and movies and TV, and that's an astonishing amount.
It's just insane.
It's hard being in Australia because we get everything so late. So this new device I have is perfect.
Hey,
what is this new device?
More power to you, man.
Uh-oh, here's an existential question.
Is Supergirl horse boyfriend an alien, or maybe he's real? What?
Yeah, you remember that he was a centaur. Centaur, and he got, wait, how did that, I forget. He was changed into a human and they were dating, but then he got turned back into a horse. I forget that whole origin of Comet. I forget. Yeah, maybe he was an alien.
Comics are weird, Jess.
They are, especially Silver Age ones.
Comics are so weird, man. But we love them anyway.
I think he counts as both.
Yeah, I think he's in both categories there.
Oh, thank you, Rising Phoenix. My Lady Mechanica, one of my Lady Mechanica shirts, which I love that comic. Okay, so first dates, aliens. We were going to talk about my reads this week.
Yes, sir. You weren't on Monday, which is why we got into a little bit of a situation involving Trent.
I heard about that because when I signed in to go to the channel, there were a lot of emails saying that Trent is actually a really nice story and it's a European comic. And what were you? I don't even know if I want to repeat what you guys are saying, but I guess the chat was really involved in Trent.
Yeah, we had quite a few comments saying, no, Trent's actually a really good comic. You guys should probably check it out. And
oh, I thought the chat was chiming in on other things.
Oh no, the chat was all in. The chat was all in on what we were saying. It was after the fact that we got comments saying Trent's actually a really good comic. But for the most part in the chat, they were all agreeing that that poor child was
oh my God.
Was going to be taken to a certain island.
Oh dear. Oh, certain island, right.
Yeah, a certain island. And I'm like, wow, guys.
Did that come from you guys or the chat?
No, that was us. That was us.
I feel better now.
It's one of those things where since Dad wasn't around, the kids decided. The kids decided that hey, let's do some funny jokes, and we just kept pushing with it. And admittingly, the chat went along with it, so we are not completely innocent.
No,
they're not completely innocent either.
And you get a lot of extra people in on a Monday like that want the gift card. So
yeah, for those of you that want to know what we're talking about, go check out Monday's show, and where we're going through the solicits. Just look for Trent, and you'll find out what we're talking about.
Was Trent near the end of like other books?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's towards the end of the stream, but we went on for about 20 minutes about some interesting theories about that book.
Samantha with a good point. I don't trust streaming anymore. There's so many shows that just aren't available here. I bought season 1 of Harley Quinn recently because the show isn't streaming anywhere in New Zealand.
Yeah, man.
That's a freaking crime.
It's a great show.
Yeah, it is a great show. And that one, I believe I have the first season, and I'm going to buy the rest of the seasons because we could end up like New Zealand and not have Harley Quinn.
Well, the problem with all this stuff is that it's just going to lead people more towards piracy, not privacy, towards piracy, because what's happening is these companies keep raising and jacking up their prices, and it's becoming cable all over again, and nobody wants to pay that. What these companies want to do, honestly, what they want to do is they want you to 100% be invested in their streaming service and their streaming service only. They want to have that monthly reoccurring thing where you got to pay the $10, $12 a month every month in order for you to keep coming back, because it's a constant revenue stream. So that's sadly what's happening. I don't know.
Given how little I watch television, it's ridiculous I have streaming service at all. And I have like 5.
I'm starting to cut back on that stuff. Obviously, for the bigger stuff, we'll pop back in. I think that's kind of where we're heading. My house, we'll keep Prime because that's bundled in with Amazon, and you might as well just keep that.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll probably keep Netflix just because it's the biggest one, and it sometimes has the best things. But outside of that, Hulu, Disney Plus really isn't that great anymore. I think Hulu, we could probably cut that. We just cut Peacock.
I don't have Peacock.
Yeah, I'm still paying for Paramount Plus, but that might be gone soon too.
I'm paying for that too.
And HBO Max, I've got HBO Max because of my AT&T subscription for right now, but that ends, I think, in November, and they want to charge $20 a month. or their premium plan where that's 4K streaming. You guys are
Is that what I have? Am I paying $20 a month for HBO Max?
That's their new plan. Is
What
$20 a
the?
month, I think, for the premium thing.
I don't remember that. Wow.
Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna cut that, and then once Last of Us comes back or the new House of the Dragon seasons come back, then I'll bounce back and I'll probably bite the bullet and pay for that. But outside of that, man, yeah, I'm gonna start cutting back stuff. What we're doing is we're just buying the box sets. We're buying all the stuff that we want to watch. I've said this before. My wife and I, we just started rewatching Game of Thrones. I bought the 4K box set, and we're watching it that way.
None of these services seem to make any money either. Peacock announced a loss of $3 billion this year.
Yep.
If only there were a way to compile all the channels from different networks into one package. Oh yeah, it's called cable.
It's called cable. Yeah.
Joey has a Fire Stick that a smart tech Irishman programs every imaginable channel onto it from all countries. Overwhelming how much there is on it. Wow. And then here's 2 comic questions. Gerard, I just did August collected editions with Webhead, and I didn't see Treehouse of Horror Volume 2 in August. I think that might be a September book. I think it may have been pushed back. I mean, I can look it up, but I think that may be. I didn't see it at all for this month.
You know, we're kind of transitioning out of this topic. We've talked a lot about MASH. We've talked a lot about MASH. MASH still doesn't have a Blu-ray release, right? It's just DVD.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to get a Blu-ray release. I think Disney owns that.
I think you're right. I think that was a Fox property.
Yeah, that's not going to get a Blu-ray release, especially with all the stuff that's in there. No.
So you're right. Gerard, I see it on the Bezos Place for this Friday. Wait, no, it's available now at the Bezos Place. You know, come to think of it, that's the only place I could find it last time. It was never listed in previews.
Treehouse?
Yeah, that's where I had to get Volume 1. Was Amazon. And this is Volume 2. And I don't see it anywhere. I didn't see it. I think because it's from, wait, who's the publisher? I think it's Abrams.
No, not that Abrams.
Not that Abrams. Yeah, it's from Abrams. So I think they distribute it differently. Then as soon, and it was like, yeah, that's what I think is the issue. Okay, right. This has been now confirmed.
Hey, Gabe.
What up, Gabe?
What's up, fellas? What's up, everybody in the chat? What are we talking about? What did I jump into?
Trent.
Oh man, the Kitty Toucher comic.
Oh boy.
Where it's really just the man in the yellow hat, really in a beige hat, and Curious George is just that dead inside staring kid.
No.
And that was a whole joke that I made just looking at the cover, and we read the description. It was basically almost that. Like, it was weird.
It was weird. So we were on reads, right? What did you read this week, Jess?
What up, Jimmy? What I read, I'm still working through Scalp, brother. I'm on the last arc, like the last arc for.
I have the final issue to the remaining.
It is nuts.
It's
such a good series. I told Jess earlier, me and Jess were having a side chat about Scalp for a little bit, that I met Jason Aaron at Morrison Con, and I was chatting it up with him, and I was reading Scalped in singles at the time, and the final issue had came out like a couple of months earlier before Morrison Con. So I met him at Morrison Con. I was chatting with him. It was a big party that was happening after the con. We met him there and we were drinking, and I told him I love Scalped, and I haven't read the last issue yet because I don't want the series to be over. And basically, what he told me was, stop being a pussy and read it.
I love that.
He's like, it's okay. You can go ahead and read it.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Treehouse was in previews. I had pre-ordered it at DCBS. We got to wait for the next shipment to receive it. I mean, I understand that, but I haven't seen it at any of the other. Amazon's the only other place I've seen it, but if it's DCBS, I'm sure you must have ordered it like back in January then. I'm going to have to get it from Amazon like I did, because volume 1 was a great surprise at how great it was. I was really happy with the quality of those comics. So yeah, Scalped. I have one issue left. I read Wonder Woman Historia for Omnidog Book Club.
Ooh, thumbs up, thumbs down. What are we looking at?
Well, I just based on art alone, it's an amazing book. And this is Kelly Lou DeConnick, but it's not a Wonder Woman book. It's the history of the Amazons.
Okay.
And how they came to be. It's really
already.
Really, really a good story. I think it's one of the best things she's ever written. And then, okay, wait. I'm so sorry. This isn't racist. I just forget which Jimenez it is. I think it's Phil Jimenez. Yeah, it's Phil Jimenez. It's written in 3 arcs. First arc is illustrated by Phil Jimenez, then Gene Ha, then Nicola Scott. So those are some pretty heavy hitters.
Wow, when's the last time Gene Hall did anything after top 10?
Good question, but I mean, this is the kind of thing Phil Jimenez is drawing where the gods are, and it's this beautiful, chaotic, amazing mess up in the heavens where Zeus and Hera are, and Hera's wanting better treatment for women, gods, and women in general. She has her little tribes of like Artemis that are her sub-gods. So she wants, and Larry was doing it with me. So Larry can give his thoughts in the chat. But this is just insane art, but it's also exactly what I would picture the chaos of the Greek heavens being like, which I thought was remarkable. And the story's great. Story is 100% great. And then we get to Gene Ha, when the Amazons, when the little godlets decide to go down to Earth because they're tired of their treatment up in the heavens and become Amazons. And so Gene Ha's is still beautiful, but it's a little more grounded. And it tells the story of how Artemis has decided to oh shoot, I always forget. Now I'm blocking her name. I get Hera and
Athena?
Not Athena, the Wonder Woman's mother.
Epinata.
Those are good names, but that's not it.
Enchilada. Starts with an H.
Hippolyta, right?
Hippopotamus, right?
Hippolyta, yeah. So it gets, there's battle scenes when Zeus declares war on them, and it's all about the education of Hera and her becoming an Amazon. And then Nicola Scott's art is just Nicola Scott's art. It's amazing.
Oh, good job pulling up the only topless page, Jess.
You're welcome. So it's as great as always, and Kelly Lou's story is remarkable. I honestly think it's, and I like her stuff, but I honestly think it's the best thing she's ever written. It's really amazing. She has to, at the end, Hippolyta has to make a choice. I'm sorry, Hera and the Amazons have to make a choice. Maybe it's, they have to make a choice because they've been defeated in war by the gods, sort of. But they, it's how about Themyscira and comes to be, and how Hera is the ruler of it, and the creation of Diana. And then this particular dust jacket folds out into more awesome art with a little storylet on it, just a short couple of paragraphs.
That's cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really great.
Oh,
hey everybody.
what just
There
happened?
we are.
All right.
So yeah, I think Larry and I both gave it a 10 out of 10, and I think a lot of the chat really loved it. I think there were some minor quibbles, but I feel like for the most part, it felt like a really timely book. It was. I just think it was really well written, and I dug. I dig strong female protagonists, and these women were all that. So I really dug it.
I'm curious, with it being the black label size, it's like a magazine size hardcover. Yeah. It's got that really cool dust jacket that unfolds, right? So that's really cool and interesting. I'm sure that costs money to do. I'm curious how much. What's the cover price on this? It seems like it might be expensive, and it's not that big of a book, like issue wise or page wise.
Yeah, there were 3 big issues. $30 is the cover price.
Okay. That's not bad. I was thinking 50. I thought it was going to be something outrageous.
Yeah. It can't be cheap getting those artists. And Phil Jimenez, he must have taken a solid year to create these scenes.
Oh, yeah.
There's not a page of... I mean, he covers every single page with fabulous art. It's remarkable. And then also, it doesn't have the script notes from Phil Jimenez, but it does have them from Nicola Scott and Jean Ha about how they were talking to Kelly Lou about her ideas. And then it has her initial pitch to DC on the story. And it's a pretty funny pitch. But Wonder Woman Historia, the pitch. And then it's got the concept and the format, the scope, story arenas, book 1, the awards for best penciler, for best single issue. Wow, it did win a lot of awards. Okay, so yeah, it was Boss, and then freaking Jordan from The Brave and the Boys. I don't know how I got sucked into their freaking world, but Jake and Jordan are in my life, and Jordan loves Frank Miller, and he knows I don't care for some Frank Miller, so he's doing a short video on Frank Miller, and he wanted me to sort of be a rebuttal guest, and I had to read this today. All 10 issues of All-Star Batman and Robin.
Why?
Wow. It's a good thing I was in a good mood before I went into this book, because I left it with a black cloud hanging over my head. That was rough. Oh, wow.
Isn't that the one where he fights Al-Qaeda?
No, that's Holy Terror.
That was Holy Terror. That was remade.
That was going to be a Batman book, but I think DC said no.
That was Frank Miller's response to 9/11.
Yeah.
Was that Batman beats up Al Qaeda?
Right. Yeah. No. That was really rough. Beyond Comics, loved Historia. Good, amazing art. Maybe $50 Canadian. Let's see.
What up, Jaggernaut?
40 Canadian dollars.
Is that bad? I wonder.
Did Frank Miller write Batman Year 2? I forget. No.
No. He's just saying, like, what's if you were to put those two together? Yeah.
Don't force me to read Batman Year 2 again.
Let's ask Omar about that, since he likes it more than Year 1.
Oh gosh, he's so crazy. Actually,
the Jim Lee art in there though does give it some points over most Batman books, though.
The McFarlane book?
No, Jim Lee on All-Star.
Oh, on All-Star, yeah.
his art in that was like next level. Like that was like a really matured style of Jim Lee. And man, was it squandered on just like this really strange Batman book that was coming out of it. But the Huntress in that was incredible. The Joker was super creepy in it. Batman was badass as always.
Wait, I didn't read The Huntress. I just picked up on Batgirl and Black Canary.
Black Canary, that's what I meant.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, Black Canary was an there was a kernel of really good ideas. I liked at the end of the book that Black Canary was getting ready to create the Birds of Prey, and she was just this total ass-kicking Irish woman who didn't mind killing people. She like burned these guys alive in their gambling den, which was fine with me because I was done with the book by then. And I don't know, Batgirl, she was fine. There's so many things wrong with that book.
The story is out of control. Like
Yeah.
it is just out of control. Like but Jim Lee's art is some iconic images in that book.
I can't argue with the art, but unfortunately the story is just not even.
It hurts. It hurts.
It does hurt.
It hurts.
Jaggernaut had a good question. I think this applies more to Gabe and I because Lou doesn't collect physical books anymore. Do you guys still grab floppies at all, or is it strictly collected edition? I know Gabe loves to collect floppies, and I only collect covers now. There's a really boss cover that came out for Gnort's Swimsuit Illustrated from DC. There's a couple of really cool covers. One is Adam Hughes, and the other one, I forget who the artist is, but I got it from Unknown Comics. It's Crypto pulling on Power Girl's cape on the beach, which is a play on the Coppertone ad where the dog's pulling down the little girl's bathing suit to show her tan line. Yeah, I don't think that would fly now, but I thought I got those two because I thought they were really funny. Not funny. They were the Crypto one was funny, but then the Adam Hughes one was amazing.
We lived in very different times, guys.
Yeah.
I get very select floppies. I still like the occasional nice key back issue. But for like current books, like new ongoing titles, I'm getting Savage Dragon every month or every year or 2 years or 9 months or whenever Eric Larson decides that book comes out. God bless him. The new Transformer stuff and G.I. Joe stuff that's coming out from Skybound and Robert Kirkman, I'm stuck. I'm going to get sucked into that hard. I'm all about that right now. I can't wait to have the Transformers and the G.I. Joe stuff showing up. They started showing a lot of the images there in San Diego, and they look great.
They've got
Daniel Warren Johnson's doing the art and writing it. It looks, it's you always see the Transformers as very kind of angular art. Like they're robots, everything is smooth and everything has corners and edges and everything has a point and crazy big guns and everything's all intricate and every little screw and bolt is seen. I like how Daniel Warren Johnson it's just splatters of ink brush all over the place. It's like his normal art style, and it works and it looks fantastic. So I'm getting all that stuff. New Daredevil run, Daredevil's always a banger. Chip Zdarsky's jumping off of it. I forget who the new creative team is that's coming on it, but I'm going to check it out and start getting that going forward.
I forget who the new creator is too.
Yeah, I forget. But Daredevil's always a great book. It's I've said it before in the show a lot. He's consistently, I think, has the best runs ever.
I agree with that.
So I want to kind of stay up to date with that and see how this next run starts out.
This is a good question that Gabe can answer because I don't know. How much do the writers and artists get paid for collected editions? I know people are discussing it in the group because of the JLI Volume 3 Omni. Is there a canceled artist involved with that Omni? or canceled writer or I'm not even canceled. Is it somebody that went to jail or something?
Apparently, from what I read, I didn't get through all the information, but I think they're talking about that one DC editor that Gerard Jones.
Oh,
I think it is.
I think he's the artist.
That stuff in there, or was he doing art in it? Yeah,
I think he go to the big house.
I think he got caught up in some really bad stuff. I don't remember all the details. I forget, but it wasn't.
Do you know how much artists, like, any idea what they get paid for collected editions?
I have no idea how that gets paid out. That's some kind of contract between them and Marvel or whoever.
Yeah. But another thing to remember, and I know it has to be everybody's individual choice,
mm-hmm.
but if you've got somebody in there that's controversial, there's a lot of other people involved in that are going to get paid. So I understand not wanting to buy a book because you might be sending money to somebody. But there's also inkers and letterers and colorists and stuff who are going to get money. I'm just saying that's thrown into the mix. But if you get convicted of a crime and go to the big house, I don't think you get doshed for your creation due to Son of Sam laws or something. I'm also just completely speculating, so I'm not sure. Do we have a lawyer in the group?
Who's been to jail before?
Ron Mars just told me this week that creatives can get pretty good pay when their runs are printed in collected editions. Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is, but yeah, they always get excited when their stuff gets reprinted.
Yeah, and we're the ones
more than probably just the money out of it. You know, they like to see their runs back so that people can discover them again, of course. But they get excited.
I feel like we're the ones that find out before the creatives do. I remember Very Fine telling somebody at Baltimore one year, I can't wait to get your book in the omnibus format. And he goes, it's coming out in a collected edition? What? It wasn't the artist on Promethea. I can't think of
Dave Williams III?
No, it wasn't him. It was a British artist that I can't think of who it was. He was a British artist, very famous, very nice guy. But
what was the book again?
I can't think. So I know. It was the artist on Fables. Billingham? No.
Bill Willingham? No, he was the writer.
He wrote the book. Who's the artist on Fables? It was him. Yeah, because there was a compendium coming out and he didn't know about it.
Trying to think what his artist's name. Oh, Buckingham.
Buckingham, yeah.
Mark
Buckingham, that right. And that's who Very Fine told at Baltimore, and he was all excited about it.
I had to dig deep to find that name.
Good job. Year 2 did inspire Mask of the Phantasm, so I'm happy that it exists. Mike Barr, that's right. Are you guys, any of you guys getting that Batman TMNT on me? I am. I'm going to do an overview of it for my channel. I loved the first book, and Tiny Onion wrote all the stories, so Gerard,
that guy got some really good track record right now.
Tiny Onion?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That guy must just have ideas pouring out of his head. They all seem to be doing really well too.
Well, because we've mentioned it before, how Donny Cates has kind of taken a step back or whatever the situation is. But it was the point where everything Donny Cates did, you had to read. He's hit it out of the park every single series he's ever done. Until maybe the Hulk.
Did you see that article about his car crash that he got in?
No.
He got into a vicious car wreck sometime during San Diego Con and has forgotten everything from the past 6 months.
What?
Oh my God.
He said one of the funny now to be fair, it came from some podcast that talked to him. Oh, Comic Pop, so they're pretty reputable, I guess. I don't listen to him, but I know their name.
Oh, this seems legit. No, I'm pulling it up now.
Yeah, they have. Oh yeah, they have pictures of him in the hospital, and he got like a skull fracture and all kinds of facial. He was really beaten up, and so he doesn't. The story says that he has a bit of amnesia for the past 6 months, and his line was, "I can't wait to read all the things that I've made people so happy with," or something. So he's still got a sense of humor, but he got super banged up. So I don't know. Plus, he had some personal issues. So I don't know when we're going to see him again writing, because he was really hurt. The pictures are really disturbing.
I mean, I could read. Oh. This is from Bleeding Cool, and they're reporting this from Comic Pop.
I have it on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, I pulled up the article. My bad.
Oh, well, I have it up so like everybody can read it.
Yeah. So the general gist is shit. Hold on. Fucking pop-ups. Yeah, Jesus. We ran into Donny Cates on the floor of San Diego Comic-Con. He came out from hiding and he asked us to mention on the show this piece of information to the folks out there. Donny Cates apparently was involved in an automobile accident. He was severely injured. He has actually the scars to prove it. He broke a bone near his ocular area and went through a severe period of rehabilitation and is now trying to essentially recover the pieces of his life. And so he doesn't remember the last at least 6 months. So we wish him a speedy recovery and all the best, and we hope to get help he needs because he seems to be still in some Jesus, who wrote this shit?
It's not very well written.
In some difficulty. He has been very vocal about the fact that he used to have a stutter. It's a little bit more pronounced nowadays, and it just made me feel for him. So we just wish that Donnie feels better and that the things turn out around for him. God damn it, guys.
I know. It's really poorly written.
But he said, mention it on your show. And I'm like, all right, we'll do it. So he was severely injured. And okay, yeah, got the general gist. All right.
Do they have the pictures there? They were really
they're gnarly. I don't know. Just be like, be ready for it, folks.
Really
if you're kind of nauseous or whatever. Like,
wait, let me put up spoiler warning because I want people
to. I just saw it.
If you don't want to see something graphic, just turn away because these are pictures of him in the hospital.
Seems like the person that wrote this article was in a car accident too and forgot how to write. Jesus Christ, guys, get a fucking editor. Oh my god.
So spoilers for if we're going to show the pictures. Go ahead. I mean,
all right. Well, keep it up.
Okay.
Keep up the spoiler so that people can come back.
Okay.
If they don't want to see it at all or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is rough. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got messed up pretty bad.
Yeah.
So how long ago did this happen, they said?
I just saw the article now, but he was at San Diego Comic-Con, so it was way before. So this is why he's been missing for so long, because I think if he was walking on the floor of the con,
he wouldn't be looking like that. Yeah.
No, he must have gone through physical therapy and everything.
Poor guy got banged up pretty bad.
Wow, man. Wow. I'm really so glad that he survived that and he's okay.
Yeah, he's
the best.
He was in the back seat and he went forward and hit his laptop or something too in the crash, and that messed him up. And it was awful.
Wow.
Wishing him the best right now.
Oh yeah, 100% wishing him the best.
That sucks because like the rumor was like something more personal, like like you had you checked into rehab or something.
I think
maybe he did, but this is definitely not like.
I think it was a divorce. I think he went through a divorce. It says in that article.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, but I don't blame you for bailing on the article. It's so poorly written. Oh, Comic Pop's a YouTube channel? Oh, I didn't know that. I just saw that.
Wow.
Yeah. So wishing Johnny the best. Honestly, it sounds like he's having a real rough go of things in his life right now, man. And you know
what? I'm glad it didn't leak out before.
Yeah.
Like everybody kept it private, apparently, like everybody at Marvel and all that stuff. So
yeah, you're right.
You know, when he's ready to come back, I'm sure Marvel will be like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, man, just come back. Whatever you want to write.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe he's gonna come back like a super genius and just write the most insane, awesome stuff. Not like he wasn't already, but watch him just be like times 12.
Poor guy. All right. You want to play a game?
Yeah, let me just see. Okay, Jaggernaut trying to keep Dominis collected, but the single issues keep sucking him back in. Larry, yeah, we know you get single issues and you send Kristen to get them signed and she gets all beat up and bent out of shape. But it was the greatest rant on YouTube ever when she talked about waiting in line for Roy Thomas. Yeah, a little iffy on the new creative on DD, but I'll check out the first few issues.
Yep.
Lemire's new series, Fish Flies, is releasing in 64-page floppies every other month, and it's great so far. Basically getting a mini trade for every other month for $6. Ask a bald guy, ops, that's me.
What up, Jimmy?
Mark Buckingham, wishing him the best. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can go for a game.
All right. So, best of all time, worst of all time. We played this before. I give you guys a category, and you tell me what you think is the best of that category, the worst of that category.
Fun. I love it.
So,
we need like theme song or
one,
huh? Like
we need a theme song.
Ding 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 ding. We need like a game show. Like we need like a little skinny microphone.
About little, I was gonna say little.
We
Spanish
just kiss all the
Flea.
contestants.
Little Spanish Flea would get us a strike.
Oh yeah, it'll have to be like some kind of like Mexican music, since you know we do have the leading voice in the Mexican community on the show.
That's right. Here we go. There's the backdrop for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jess. All right. So my first one is: what is the best main course at a Chinese restaurant?
Whoa, what a good question.
Now I'm hungry.
Yeah.
What am I going to order?
What is your go-to main course item? I'm not talking about the sides, not talking about the egg rolls or dumplings or anything. I'm talking about the main course item.
Okay, that's a great question.
First thing that comes to mind is orange chicken, but
orange chicken's good.
Orange chicken is good if it's not too sweet. Yeah.
Did you know that it was actually created at Panda Express, apparently?
Orange chicken was?
Yeah.
Do they have really good orange chicken?
I don't eat at Panda Express.
I wondered about that.
I mean, I really had Chinese food, but yeah.
Well, I like noodles.
Okay.
And I like noodles and green kung pao chicken. Yeah. Okay. Kung pao chicken. Yeah, that is good. Those I feel like those are really standard. I like noodles and some kind of greens and a protein in it, but I don't know that has a name.
Beef and broccoli.
Yeah, that's good.
Something shrimp.
For me, it's the boneless spare ribs. I love the little ribs.
Okay, this is what I'm getting. When Patty goes out of town, because I never get noodles when we go out to eat because she doesn't like noodles. I'm going.
Who doesn't like noodles? That's strange.
My wife, she thinks they're too caloric, and I'm like, we just had a candy bar. Okay. There's a place in Old Town. We've got, you know how you have those restaurant weeks where everything's cheap for a main course, and I won't have a glass of wine, but it's like 3 courses for $30 or whatever. There's this restaurant called Yunnan by Potomac, a noodle house, Yunnan cuisine in the greater Washington area. Yunnan is a beautifully, okay. Soul food of Yunnan is Mixian, delicious rice noodles, which are prepared with braised meats, rich broths, and sweet and savory spicy sauces.
Ooh.
Mixian bowls are at their core of our menu and are complemented by a variety of unique small plates. I'm looking at a big Herkin bowl of noodles and asparagus and braised chicken, shredded carrots, peanuts, onions, and noodles. She's going away for the weekend, so I'm not going to a strip show. I'm going to go get noodles.
Well, if you visit Vegas, there is probably a Chinese buffet inside of a strip show.
That's a good
that you
point.
can enjoy. I'm sure Gabe has visited at some point.
Make sure you hide all the evidence. When you get your Chinese food, you throw that stuff away in the big trash outside, not in the house, where she's going to find it.
Good point.
Yeah.
What's your guys' stance on the Chinese buffets? Are you pro Chinese buffet? Are you not crazy about
I'm
them?
pro any buffet. I'm pro buffet in general.
All right.
Yeah.
I've heard about these Puerto Rican Chinese restaurants.
Yes.
I think that's a big thing that they've made it their own, right?
You want to know something? The best Chinese food I've ever had, swear to you, was cooked by a Mexican in the back.
Right.
Yeah. And most of the time, their kid is playing in the front and doing their homework.
Right. Which I think is a good sign.
It's a great sign. You know you're getting good food.
Dr. Elevator likes a lot of pot stickers. Larry's got to go. He's getting up early. Peace and love, Larry.
Have a good one, Larry.
Jeez,
if the Chinese restaurant doesn't have some kid doing his homework at one of the tables, it's not good food. It's not
I agree with that. Yeah, that's a good sign.
I always look in the back. I'm like, oh, there he is. There's always one Mexican, Latino, or somebody working the back. I'm like, God bless him.
The same as a Mexican restaurant. If I don't see like an 80-year-old lady like half dead making tortillas, then it's not the right kind of Mexican food place. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been doing.
She needs to be in there like chopping up like guacamole and stuff too. You know.
Bro, she's been doing those tortillas for 40 years the exact same way, and they are bomb as shit.
Exactly.
Go for seafood or shellfish. They are the higher ticket items. Noodles are typically cheap unless they are hand pulled. I agree. I dig hand pulled noodles. When white people are lining up outside waiting, is a good sign also, bros. LOL. You're probably right. In San Diego, most restaurants, Chinese, Italian, the back is always Mexicans. Yeah, God bless, I'm just going to say it. God bless Mexicans. And if they want to come to our country and work, what's the issue? Get them their green card, make them pay taxes. If they want to do work, let them work. Because I can promise you, there's no white kid running around mowing my lawn anymore like it was when I was growing up. I'm sorry, that's the way the world works. White kids don't want to do it. They're busy playing basketball or video games.
Now that we're on the subject, do you have a lawnmower guy?
I used to, but now we're in a townhouse. But there are grounds that are taken care of. Every single one of them's Hispanic and working their ass off.
Oh, man.
Oh, these guys are the hardest workers.
Dude, is that what it is? When they're talking about like they took our jobs, is it little kids who are mad because the Mexicans came and took over little kid jobs?
They're taking jobs that nobody else wants and they're kicking ass at them. Fine, let them come in and work. Who the hell cares? Just come on.
God bless them, man.
Jimmy Perez is giving a hand clap. Yes, he did. I was that Mexican. Okay.
God bless.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go get noodles for my main course.
Man.
Yeah, for me, it's always the spare ribs. I love the Chinese spare ribs with a good special fried rice. That's my go-to. God.
But there is something going on in Puerto Rico with Chinese food. I know I read an article about it a couple of months ago, and I think maybe Gio and Freddie both confirmed it. That
I don't know.
They make a special Chinese food in Puerto Rico that's awesome, that combines Chinese food and Puerto Rican culture, and it's like apparently amazing.
Yeah, Gio talked about it on the show before.
Okay.
He told us about it.
And here's another thing about it. Some of the best Chinese food is actually mall Chinese food. The place I go to, $13. It's in a mall, and you get 3 meats, rice, a drink, and 2 spring rolls for $13. And the container is about to burst with food. Oh, so good.
Now, I will say I was hospitalized for tainted Chinese food. Yeah, I just said taint. I spent a night in the hospital. I was so sick back when Kelly was like 2 years old.
Not that long ago, here on the news, there's a Chinese food place that was on the news because
That's not good.
a handful of people got really sick from their food.
Mm.
And what it ended up being is that somebody who was making the food put marijuana in their food and like cooked it or whatever, and they served it out to all these people, and it was them just overdosing on like edibles, basically.
Oh no!
God, that would be my nightmare. I hate that stuff. Oh my God! So somebody poisoned their food, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's kind of move on. What is?
Guarantee you, the orders at that place went up.
What is the best ice cream flavor?
My favorite ice cream was when I visited Riley in Austin, and I think it was a place called Amy's, and it was Mexican vanilla bean. Ooh. I love vanilla. I had vanilla on our honeymoon. We went to Tahiti, and I had ice cream everywhere. Vanilla ice cream everywhere I went because the Tahitians grow vanilla, and it was like fresh vanilla ice cream. So yeah, the white guy is saying vanilla, but it's my favorite flavor. It's how I judge an ice cream store.
And your root beer floats.
Right. Well, that's true. Yeah, I love vanilla in my root beer floats. 100%.
So I'm going to cheat and give two answers.
Good. Okay.
Because one is one that I don't know if you can even find anymore, if it's even around, is Thrifty's ice cream. And they had the circus animal cookies in the ice cream.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was it, you mean, were they animal crackers?
No, it's the circus ones where it's the animal crackers, but it's like they're frosted and has sprinkles on them.
Oh.
It was that crumbled up into ice cream.
Is that Thrifty the drugstore?
The drugstore Thrifties.
I remember growing up, there used to be a soda fountain in Thrifties. So that must be the holdover, was that they made their own ice cream still or whatever. But Thrifties always used to have an ice cream counter.
Yeah.
I mean, a soda fountain counter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when I was growing up, they always had ice cream. Like, you go, and it was like cheap. It's like Costco cheap. You know, it was like $1 and you got like a double scoop or something like that, or like $2 and you got a triple. It was something really, really cheap. But the circus cookies, that's the best. That stuff is amazing. Like, I have nothing but fond memories just thinking about it. I could just taste it. If that's not available, Oreo. Oreo's the best. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, Oreo, anything. And even if I go get like a McFlurry or any of that stuff, it's always going to be Oreo. Oreo birthday cake is what I get every year. You know, I love Oreos. So
I have a hack that you can do at McDonald's. You get the Oreo McFlurry, and you ask for hot fudge sauce on it. Good.
My heart just
it's so good.
Oh my God.
What's your favorite, Lou?
I need to step away for 10 seconds to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go for it. We'll just talk about how I almost had a heart attack just thinking about eating that.
Raphael, my favorite is strawberry cheesecake ice cream, especially if you can see the chunks of cheesecake in the ice cream. Jimmy Perez is agreeing with you. Circus cookies were great. Mary Jane vanilla ice cream. I don't know Mary Jane. I know Mary Jane got put in that Chinese food.
What's your least favorite ice cream flavor?
Mint. Anything mint. My wife could have 5 pints of mint chocolate chip upstairs, and she knows they're safe for me. I will not eat it.
That's one way to do it.
How about you?
Coffee.
Oh, okay.
I was a kid. And I got coffee once. And I think I almost threw up. Like, it just had like a weird just effect on me. I can't stand that stuff.
Yeah. If it bothers you from your childhood, it's hard to pick it back up when you're an adult. Oh.
It carries on the tradition.
No. You don't like butterscotch. Wow.
Oh, butterscotch. No, huh?
I love butterscotch. My wife makes
I like butterscotch pudding. I like tapioca pudding. I like the weird puddings.
I love tapioca pudding.
Yeah.
Tapioca is awesome.
Those are my favorites to get in my lunchbox as a kid. Or even when I was like a teenager, and I always, you know, if you're gonna get some pudding, it would always be butterscotch or tapioca.
Oh, butterscotch kills. I love butterscotch pudding. Okay, now I want butterscotch pudding. Or tapioca. I used to make tapioca all the time for killing me. Okay. Tapioca is awesome. I agree. I'm not a big fan of pudding with raisins in it. I think there might be like rice pudding that they put raisins in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd go for that either.
Yeah. That's not my favorite.
I don't like the texture of that rice pudding.
Yeah, it's different than tapioca.
There's not much that I don't like in terms of food. Oysters is one thing. I can't do oysters. Just can't do it. No. I go with my wife and we'll get some oysters. I'm like, those are all yours, baby. Like, you know, I'm not touching that stuff. Like, you know, those are safe. Like, those aren't going anywhere. So enjoy them.
These are ice cream flavors, Raphael. Avocado, corn, rice and beans, codfish.
Yeah. That sounds horrible. For me, I'm basic. It's cookies and cream. I love a good cookies and cream ice cream.
So that's like Oreos, like what Gabe was saying?
Yeah, pretty much. My wife's is Rocky Road.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like that because of the nuts in it.
Yeah.
But I like marshmallows. Yeah, that was a major flavor innovation when they put Oreos in vanilla ice cream.
No, even when I go to Cold Stone, I always get whatever they're like Oreo, like surprised. It's like Oreo and peanut butter or something weird like that. But I always get the Oreos when I get any kind of ice cream.
I love Cold Stone. Shock.
I went to one Cold Stone. It was like some big scary cholo guy like slapping the ice cream around. It was awesome and scary at the same time. I was like, "Yeah, man, that's great. Thank you." Like, no, I liked it. That was fine. Yeah, no, that's perfect.
I've had dirt cake. It is good. Mixture of Oreos, cream cheese, and whipped cream.
Ooh. What is this?
There it is. It's a dessert called dirt cake.
Oreos, cream cheese, and whipped cream. Baby, dirt cake. Oreos, cream cheese, and whipped cream.
I'm not a fan of whipped cream, but I'll go for the Oreos and the cream cheese.
That sounds amazing.
Oof.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I always get Oreo cakes for my birthday.
Nice.
Let me think. Let's see what we have here. What is, in your opinion, the worst sport of all time?
Golf?
Rugby? Really, sweetie? Golf? Wow. Jess is a golfer.
Yeah, I am a golfer, but I don't like to watch it on TV. Are we talking about what we're watching on television?
Television.
Or what we participated? Okay, television. God, even I've gotten caught up in women's soccer World Cup for some reason before.
Because thick thighs save lives, Jess.
But okay, I will say men's soccer. That doesn't do anything for me. Although I love Ted Lasso, but I'll even watch curling during the Olympics.
Oh, you picked mine.
Curling. Oh, you don't like curling?
I think it's the dumbest fucking sport. Oh my god.
I think it's amazing that it's a sport. How is it a sport? It's amazing.
Listen, I didn't even know it was a sport until it was me, one of my best friends, and my brother. We were really high one night, and it was in the Olympics, and we put on curling because it was probably like 3 a.m. The thing is with the Olympics is you get all the weird sports around really weird times, around 2 a.m. where nobody's watching. And sure enough, curling was on. We were like, this is the dumbest shit ever.
So no joke. The way I learned about curling was from 11 o'clock comics.
Really?
Yeah, because one of the hosts was into curling.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. My mother-in-law is watching soccer right now.
Samantha doesn't care for cricket. Worst sport to watch ever.
I was gonna mention cricket. I don't understand how it works. I don't understand how the gameplay works, how the rules work. Like, it's almost as confusing as like the leagues in soccer.
Oh, have you
Or
guys
that you go to the Premier League, and then you got to advance into the Super Premier League, and then you got to go into like the butt slapping league, and I don't know. It's so weird how it just kind of you fall in and out of these different like tiers and leagues. So confusing to me.
Yeah, I bet it's a lot more fun to play cricket than to watch
Yeah.
it. Same with golf. I can see how people don't like watching golf.
Yeah.
Even
Watching soccer is fun because it's nonstop action.
what is?
Soccer.
Yeah. I
That
love
and basketball.
I love the Simpsons episode on soccer and how it led to everybody packing guns.
Yeah, my mother-in-law is watching soccer right now, actually. So
What is she watching? What soccer is it?
arena soccer, Messi. It doesn't look like they're gonna play today because it's getting rained out.
He was the big signing for some American team, right? Miami?
Yes.
Miami. Okay.
Yeah, I'm paying for the season pass.
Oh, that's right. Just for her.
Yeah, she loves it. So
Wait, there's a slapping league?
yes, God, there is, and
Oh yeah, those are,
Dana
I don't take
White.
that shit serious at all.
it's the dumbest shit.
That's
I
like somebody who
swear.
plays like esports saying that they're an athlete.
Which really all it is an excuse to get CTE. It's the dumbest shit.
Unprotected slapping? I thought Jimmy was kidding when he said slapping sport international.
No.
Who's Dana White? Is he a UXF or UFC guy?
Yeah, he's the head of UFC.
Slapping's a sport? That's
Yeah.
what we had in 7th grade was slap fights.
Yeah. Which, ironically, he got caught slapping his wife on New Year's Day.
Ooh.
Yeah, on New Year's Eve, they got into a fight, and he got caught. He smacked the shit out of her about 2 times. About 2 weeks before his slap league was supposed to start on Fox News.
I can't imagine a scenario where I would ever slap a man or a woman. I just don't. I can't imagine it.
Yeah.
Yeah, pickleball is a big thing. Lots of people are playing pickleball now.
What's your opinion on that? You're a tennis guy, right?
Well, that was until I got my my knees got replaced. I can't play tennis because of the stops and starts could hurt my knees. Patty's sister plays pickleball nonstop, and
Cool.
it's really out in Arizona. It's really competitive, and it's really fun, and it's very social.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's actually really catching on, I think, to the point where they might have professional leagues and stuff. And if freaking slapping has a professional league, then I don't see why pickleball can't.
If it gets people out there working, exercising, having fun, having a community, I'm all for it.
No,
there's a pickleball court at like the park across the street from my house. I watch them. It's like tennis ball. It's like tennis with the wiffle ball.
Looks fun.
Yeah. I agree.
I like the noise it makes when you hit it. It just has like it's really catchy tone.
If people are having fun, I think it's awesome.
Hey, it reminds me of basketball. If those guys can make a league and have an entire sport, why not?
Let's go with. You know what? Let's bring it to comics.
Yes.
Who is the worst comic book sidekick?
Comic book sidekick.
Who is the worst comic book sidekick? Punchline.
Roy Jones. Or not Roy Jones.
Punchline's the sidekick, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, she's his sidekick. Yeah, you've never liked Punchline.
Fucking hate Punchline. God.
Rick Jones. He had absolutely no reason doing anything with the Hulk.
If I read more Hulk, I'd pick him. But I have.
Why is this like random teenage kid like his sidekick?
Well, Speedy turned into a heroin addict, so he wasn't that great.
That was awesome, though. That gave you a great story.
That one where he's like smoking crack in the alley and he's like beating up all those bums with a dead cat.
Yeah, he's had some
Arsenal. It's
issues.
called Arsenal, right? That was the name of the series. Arsenal, something Arsenal.
Yeah, he changed it to Arsenal. He's
But the
had
name of the series was like Rise of Arsenal or
um
something like that. But that's the one where he's like smoking crack, or he's like freebasing off of like an iPad, and then he like beats up like all these homeless dudes with like a
Poor
cat.
Speedy. Poor Speedy. He's been through some
Great.
shit, man.
I'm gonna pick Speedy.
I don't know. I don't think I've got one. I've never been crazy about the sidekick thing.
This is probably the answer.
Scrappy Doo.
I like Scrappy Doo growing up.
Oh,
I really liked Scrappy Doo when I was a kid. He was my favorite.
Yeah, me too.
No, what they did with them in the movie was pretty dumb, but
That was James Gunn.
whatever.
James Gunn wrote that.
Oh, did he do that first Scooby-Doo movie?
I think
Did
he
he?
did both.
Did he do both?
Oh.
I thought he
I
did.
think he did both.
Or did he just do the second one? I wasn't sure.
Hmm. Hey, Kenny, what up? Good to
What up,
see you. Oh, yeah, Snapper Car. That's a poll from the Silver League Justice Age. Justice League, rather. Silver Age. I said Silver League Justice Age. God. Silver Age Justice League. Yeah, Snapper Car. He was pretty crappy.
Do the Wonder Twins count as sidekicks?
To
Raphael.
each other? Each other's sidekick?
I fucking hate the Wonder Twins. They're the lamest superheroes. One turns into animal, the other one turns into water. And that's it.
That was the cartoon. They could turn into anything.
Can they?
Yeah.
Okay, so my knowledge is based off the cartoon, and I thought they were lame in the cartoon as kids.
Well, that's fair. Don't limit yourself.
No, that's the same as people who think that Green
Scrappy.
Lantern is John Stewart because of the cartoon series.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we got Harley Quinn because of the cartoon series. So,
Yeah.
Harley Quinn because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could make an argument that Harley Quinn is probably the best sidekick that's come out, right? Because she did start as Joker's sidekick.
100%. That's the
Sure.
right answer. Yeah, absolutely.
Personally, I would go with Dick Grayson myself.
The best?
Yeah, just because.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that either. Grayson Super Spy is such a great book.
That's a great book. Yeah.
the best sidekick is Arthur from The Tick.
Arthur from the Tick.
I met Arthur the cartoon show.
Oh no, I love Arthur.
Hey, yeah, I did too.
Yeah, my kids watch it all the time. It's great.
There was actually a live action Tick series from a few years ago that I heard wasn't that bad.
Oh, isn't that with Putty? Is the Tick?
That's
Putty
the
from
first
Rhino?
one.
Oh, the first.
That was the first one. Yeah, that one was great though, Jess. I love that one. I have the DVD of that series still.
Oh, I need. How many? Did it go very many seasons?
It's like one season, and then it got bumped. I think, from my understanding, if I remember right, it got bumped so that they could put on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire one more night.
That burned out so fast.
That still goes on, I think.
Yeah.
It just isn't like on like the major stations getting millions and millions of views anymore. But it still goes on. It's like some old British, not old, but there's some British lady on there who's just a dry bucket of sand. Like she's just so like mean.
Yeah. It's been kind of relegated, I think, to daytime talk shows, kind of like Wheel of Fortune, Family Feud, all that stuff.
But when it came out, it was amazing. Like it was just the show everybody was watching.
Yeah. So is the Amazon the one that has the new Tick show?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the
live
Amazon
action?
series.
Hmm.
I think they got like 2 seasons out of it.
you're right.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid. Let's see.
I love the cartoon. Cartoon for the Tick is just that's top-notch stuff.
What is the worst series finale for a TV show?
The one that bummed me out the most, or the worst tie-up? What was that dinosaur show we watched that had such a dismal ending? But
Dinosaur?
Dinosaurs, yeah. God, that ending I actually was a great ending, but it was super miserable. here's an answer. My daughter would agree with this answer. She turned her back on many things because of that.
I didn't think it was that terrible. It's got issues. It's got real big problems.
I
But
didn't
I didn't think it was horrible.
I didn't watch it.
My wife and I never saw it until like about a year ago. And we just kind of went through all the seasons. And I was like, all right, cool. All right, I guess that's the way they went.
Final episode of Smallville seemed rushed. I'm going to go with the most watched television episode ever because
I know what you're going to say.
you do. Because that whole show just took a nosedive when Alan Alda took over. And it became the finale was just the preachiest, awfulest finale. And it was like an hour and a half. It was, oh my God, it's MASH. That finale, everybody in America watched it at that time. And I walked away going, good. I'm glad this show's over. I can't take it anymore. Let me watch all the seasons before Alan Alda came in. And
yeah. No, I agree with you, Jess, because that's the episode with the baby on the bus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's rough.
100%. Yeah. How I Met Your Mother. Worst ending. That show went downhill for years.
I'm actually with NFL Dude on this one. That ending is horrible.
I know a lot of people talk about this one too. I actually saw this.
Yeah, I'm with NFL Dude. But the thing is, it doesn't work because they didn't give it enough time to work.
How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, they really didn't give it enough time. And not only that, it does something where they treated the audience like they were kind of dumb. And it's clunky.
I still want to watch that because I know it's got a lot of good actors in it.
I love this show. I thought it was fun. It's a great ride all the way until about the last few episodes. And then it's like, this is not working. It just kind of falls apart.
I'm going to say the entire last season of Scrubs.
Ooh, we don't talk about that one. No,
yeah.
we don't.
I didn't know that you guys even knew about that. Okay.
Oh, I watched it when it even went to ABC. I loved it.
Yeah, we don't talk about when James Franco's brother shows up.
Yeah, that was like after MASH. It was just so terrible. That season don't count though. I was on the air.
I tried watching it. My wife and I this is I think it's when the pandemic started, and we wanted to watch something that we haven't seen before that was funny. Because it was so drier at that point, right? This is like the very beginning. And we went through it, loved it, got to that last season. And I was like, what the hell happened here? Like, this is a completely different show. It's not even Zach Braff and Donald Faison anymore. It's they're trying to introduce a new generation of doctors.
Didn't work.
And it's shot like a sitcom. That's not like how the rest of the the original series. It was beautifully shot like a TV show and not like a sitcom. It was such a just weird turn. They wrote out all the women, all the girlfriends and the wives. They completely they never came back. We made maybe 4 episodes and we were like, this just ain't doing it. And the last episode of the previous season ended like it was the end of the series.
Right.
It was perfectly done. It was great. And they could have just walked away and just left good alone. And then they tacked on this other season, and it is just dog shit.
It has a solid ending. You could walk away before that final season, and it's okay. This was great. Yeah, they stuck the landing really well.
Yeah. It was awful. It was. I don't think any of they must have had completely different writers because nothing was funny. Everything landed with a thud.
I love Dr. Cox. I think Dr. Cox is great throughout that whole series. He's hilarious.
I love the janitor.
I love the theory that the janitor is not really there in the first season.
That's interesting. Yeah, and that he's not. There's a theory that he's not there at all, right?
Well, no, because after the first season, they 100% interact.
Oh, okay.
With everybody, he's a part of the cast. He's talking to everybody. But the first, I don't know, like almost the entire first season, he's the only one that ever interacts with the janitor.
Oh, okay.
It's similar to that theory in Ferris Bueller, where Ferris Bueller isn't a real person; he's an extension of somebody else. I forgot how it goes. I haven't seen the movie in years.
Did they try to Fight Club Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Dude, there's a theory online. Hold on.
I love this rabbit hole.
They Fight Club. Somebody just put the
Yes.
Fight Club like template on top of Ferris Bueller.
Okay,
Was it
the theory holds that the entire day is a fantasy taking place in Cameron's head while he lies sick in bed. His sickness actually supports the theory. Once Ferris comes over, it vanishes, and Cameron plunges energetically, if reluctantly, into the events of the day.
So did the car actually get backed out of the glass case and into the ravine or whatever? Did that actually happen?
No, they're saying the whole thing was a fever dream.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Ferris isn't real.
Oh my gosh! Now I want to see that movie again.
Yeah.
in that like those kind of like in that lens.
Yeah, I want to read that conspiracy theory and then watch it again. Dr. Elevator liked the Sopranos ending. I saw it and I understand what happened. There were a lot of layers to that besides it going to the dead screen. Westworld, because we need another season. He's crying.
Did you call the cable company for the Sopranos ending?
Oh, because it went to.
Did people think it cut off early?
That was the thing.
It was just snow on the screen.
That was the thing. It went to black, and a lot of people were pissed, and they called their cable company thinking, what the fuck? Did I just miss the ending of The Sopranos? And no,
That's
that was
funny.
the ending of The Sopranos.
I saw it like a week later, so I didn't see it live. Something happened to my TV.
That's funny.
Wait, is NFL Dude still talking about how I married your mother?
Yeah.
Who
You
was
shove a
that?
character and force a relationship to happen. It's a solid sitcom for maybe 4 or 5 seasons, even though the main character, Ted, is the worst character in the main group. That I do agree with. Ted is the worst
Who
character.
played Ted?
I forgot his name.
All I know is Jason Segel and Kobe Smulders is in it, and
What show is this?
How I Met Your Mother.
Ted's the what's his name?
All the supporting characters are way better than the main character in that series.
Who's the main character?
Ted Mosby.
Ted.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's great also because you have what's his face? He's gay in real life.
And he played the kid doctor, Doogie
Howser.
Doogie Howser, yeah.
Oh, Barney.
Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris. He's great because he plays this womanizing character on the show named Barney, and he's hilarious.
Samantha's still mad over the end. I'm still not over the ending of Dexter. It still makes me so mad. They tried to fix it a couple of years ago, but even that wasn't very good.
I liked the last season. I thought they stuck the landing pretty well.
I saw the first season, but then I got sidetracked, like I always do.
I was disappointed because I was really hoping it was going to go a different direction. That's all.
And by last season, I mean the one they did a few years ago, not the original last season. I thought they stuck the landing fairly well with that last season.
Oh, where he like drives his boat into the ocean?
No. Where his kid comes back.
Oh, that one. Okay, the one from like a year ago. I thought you meant like the original ending.
No. I really like that ending. The one with the kid.
True Graphic liked Lost's ending. I didn't watch Lost, but I remember there was controversy over the ending. Josh,
that was another one where the last season was just kind of a dud.
Well, Lost?
Yeah. The whole purgatory stuff or whatever.
I never made it that far.
Yeah, I didn't either. I watched the first season and then, of course, I fell off. What up, Hayden? Are we going to do Back to the Future theories on other shows?
So next time you watch Ferris Bueller's, think about it from that perspective.
So wait, what was your finale, Lou? Your worst finale?
Seinfeld?
Oh yeah, that one sucked.
I haven't made it that far.
Oh, I never saw Seinfeld.
I'm only on
Pretty-
season 5 of
It was
Seinfeld.
pretty weak, but and that whole last season was a little wonky.
Worst season finale. I mean, let me see. I don't.
Yeah, we talked about Game of Thrones True Graphic already.
I think Game of Thrones is just the last one where people were disappointed in. I think there are far worse stuff that I've heard than Game of Thrones, because I saw the season finale of Game of Thrones live and I thought, yeah, this is rushed, but it's okay. I didn't hate it.
Oh,
I got nothing.
Silver Surfer. It
Silver
ended on a cliffhanger, and then we never got a second season.
Is this the cartoon?
Oh
yeah,
my
the
God.
cartoon.
The cartoon of Teen Titans. There we go. That it did the same thing. The cartoon of Teen Titans from years ago when Gabe and I were kids, it left on a cliffhanger and they never came back and finished it.
And then you got the more kiddie version of
Teen
Teen
Go.
Titans that everybody hated.
Oh,
But
Teen
I
Titans
really
Go?
awesome.
I had fun with that.
Yeah, Teen Titans Go is great.
Did anyone make it through the end of Walking Dead? Not me.
Nope.
I bailed out. I think I pulled that ripcord like season 5.
Oh, next to Maginot. Speaking of Neil Patrick Harris, I would contend that his parodied version of himself in the Harold and Kumar films remains one of the great Chaos Agent characters' performances. I want to see Harold and Kumar. I haven't seen those.
Oh, no?
So good.
I love both those actors, so I think it's fine. Oh, True Graphic made it through all of Walking Dead. Wow.
God bless.
Dang it. You got to play Harold. Cut me in line at a bathroom once at a San Diego Comic-Con.
Freaking Harold.
Yeah, dude. He was like, sorry. Like, I guess he was going to piss his pants, but still, he jammed in and just went into whatever stall was available at that second. Like if somebody was walking out. So yeah, he cut all of us in line.
I think Walking Dead has like 3 spinoffs now out of that show.
But it's like a movie coming out or like a TV movie, right?
But a large chunk of it is set up for the spin-offs.
So there's the Negan show that's airing. I think it's airing right now. There's the Daryl show, which starts soon. And then there's either a TV movie or a miniseries of Rick and Michonne that comes out sometime next year, I think.
No, wait. You guys both watched Oz, right?
I haven't seen Oz.
Not all of it.
Oh.
I fell off at one point for some reason.
How about
I loved
Wire?
it. I
Did
loved
Wire
that
have a
show.
good ending?
I didn't get past like the 3rd season of The Wire. Shield, what the show I think is better than The Wire. I had like a floppy like last season altogether too.
It's kind of hard to nail the ending now that I think about it. What else have you got for us?
Oh,
Yeah, let's do one more.
one more? All right.
Yeah, it's getting a little late, but let's do one more.
Okay. Let me pull up the tablet.
Best place to get your graphic novels online?
Oh, there's only one answer for that.
InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up to 30 to 65% off. Always remember your 2% loyalty discount. $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. We always give away a $50 gift card at the end of every month, which we just did. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's end on a positive note.
Okay.
What is the best interaction you've had with a comic book creator?
The best interaction?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I know Gabe's got like a laundry list of a whole bunch of them since he went to Vito.
Mine's going to be Mark Wade at that first Baltimore con that I saw him at when John Wilson, who just recently passed away from the UK, took the picture of Mark Wade bowing.
Whoa. He passed away?
Yeah. Like last month.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Omar made a big post in the Omnibus Collectors group. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he was such a nice guy. Yeah.
Dude, no.
Oh,
I'm
Who's
being
this?
I thought you knew.
no.
Wait,
I'm
who are we
not
talking
any
about?
of it. Hold on, I'm being 100% genuine. Like no bullshit. What?
Yeah. I forget what it was, and I meant to post in there on the Omnibus group that he took the picture of Mark Waid bowing to me as he handed me $1 for my royalties for Irredeemable, and it was really funny. And Mark Waid's just been super nice and sweet to me ever since. But yeah, John Wilson took that picture.
I didn't know he passed away.
Yeah, it was. I can ask Omar what the details were.
Wait, Mark Waid died?
No.
Oh.
John Wilson.
No, John Wilson was a fan from the UK who came over here and visited in the States back in like 2017, 2018.
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah.
And we went to Baltimore Con. I met him there at Baltimore Con. Sweet guy.
He sent me
he was nice.
From Mike Mignola. He sent me a signed Hellboy photo. From
Yeah,
Mike
that's
Mignola.
right. Yeah.
Holy
that's right.
shit.
Yeah. Very nice guy.
Way. Oh man.
I remember because he was here from the beginning.
Yeah.
And we were all friends with him on Facebook and in the group, and he went through some stuff. Like he was in IT, and I think he lost his job. He got laid off, and he was going through like a rough time. But he picked himself back up, and he was doing well again.
Yeah,
that's the thing I saw.
That was the last that I thought, that he had gotten he had picked himself up and gotten much better life.
Well,
but anyway, Mark Waid's my answer. Sorry.
This is supposed to end on a happy note, but wow. I'm trying to think now. I got lost on that conversation, lost track.
Yeah, sorry. Best creator interaction.
Yeah. I got high with John Layman once.
Dr. Elevator had a good experience with Freddie Williams II. That's nice. I had a great experience with Daniel Warren Johnson at Heroes Con. He was just as sweet as could be and so happy.
George Perez.
I always wanted to meet him.
He's the sweetest guy, nicest guy. Like, just to everybody and anybody. You know, he was absolutely perfectly nice person. One time at a convention out here, we saw him at the bar getting. He only drinks like Diet Coke or something. And he came over and hung out with me and all my group of friends for like the whole night, and we just told stories and just
George Perez sat down with you guys.
Yeah.
Jeez, how's that not the best story?
Yeah, my friends were drunk. I was like, "Why did you kill Flash?" and all this kind of stuff.
And Supergirl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was great.
How about you, Lou? You must have met people at Orlando Con and stuff.
Yeah, probably the best one was Greg Capullo. He's just genuinely really fucking cool dude, and you can tell he really cares about his fans and loves his fans a lot. And he'll actually sit there and talk to you. He'll make time for you. You know, really fucking cool dude.
That's why the line's always so long for Snyder and Capullo, because they always talk with the fans.
Yeah, those two dudes, you could tell they genuinely care about their fans and the people that buy their books and love their stuff. So
yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
I had dinner with Dan Slott and Ryan Otley before.
Now you're just dropping names.
and for the entire dinner, Dan Slott just talked. Like, he just didn't stop talking. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because he's really great at telling stories, and he's got this really magnetic personality. He's great. And he just talked and talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. Like right now, whatever Dan Slott is right now, he's talking. Like, he just loves to talk.
That's cool.
He was great. And Ryan Otley was there with us too. So that was a fun one.
So how about you, Lou? You're the one who did you say?
Oh, I said Greg Capullo.
Oh, Greg Capullo. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Well, let's get out of here.
10 o'clock, and we've done our we've done our sponsor right, InStockTrades.com. We love you. Thank you for the continued sponsorship. We love the chat. They were very engaged. Thank you very much to the chat. Thank you to people watching afterwards. Thank you to the great co-hosts that I have. Gabe, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me at Instagram, Gabe Loves 90s Comics.
And Comics Guide?
You can find me at Threads at El Carrero89.
Nice. Yeah, sorry, New Spooey. We're tuning out.
Well, thanks for joining in at least.
And you can find me, OmniDog, and OmniDog's Vault on YouTube, and OmniDogs _Omnidogs _Vault on Instagram. And thank you to everyone for watching. We appreciate it. We love you all. And peace and love. Peace and love.
Good night, everyone.
I got drunk with Jock and Scott Snyder before, too.